But I'm back listening to certain things now because I need to really see what these individuals are saying. You know, oftentimes these podcast guys get on the mic, particularly not from the South. I never really hear it from the South. But when people are not from the South, when they speak about the South, it's with very little reverence. And you'll hear them speak about Wayne and Kendrick as if Wayne is not a worthy adversary, like he's not a respected competitor. I'm going to tell you what Wayne's issue was, you know, in his career, but rapping ain't it. Rapping against Kendrick Lamar ain't it. I wouldn't discount Wayne in that fight. I will say that Wayne may need help with developing a strategic blueprint, but it will not be rapping that I'm concerned with when we talk about Dwayne Carter. Whether that be against Kendrick Lamar or whoever else you line up and put on that plate, rapping won't be the thing that I am concerned with. For the people that saying the whacked out Murals reference to Wayne wasn't a diss, y'all need to explain to me why you don't think that's a diss. I think that Kendrick Lamar clarified himself several times after speaking directly to Lil Wayne, if you're asking me and you listening with the ears from a man from the South. And knowing that Kendrick is a fan of Lil Wayne, he knows what made Lil Wayne what it was. Now, what was that? It was the double entendre. So what did he say? Old ass flows, they outdated. And then he also said, I ain't even gonna speak in double entendres. These are little subtle reminders of what Wayne does that I think he's trying to stop as outdated. Now, what he's showing Wayne is the same thing that he showed Drake. Now, this is where it gets good. If you ask me, Kendrick is trying to show a flash to Wayne that he showed to Drake. The mistake Drake made was that he leaned in. No, you following through. Let's go. Drop and give me 50. Some of them records, I was like, yo, they're not hard records, but they're enticing, right? They're trying to start a beef, but they're not the kind of records that make me say, I know the boy. And when the boy suit up, it ain't that. So why do I say that Kendrick Lamar is showing Lil Wayne the same kind of flash that he showed Drake before the fight cracked off? I'm saying that he's showing him, hey, here's the narrative that I'm going to attack you with. Same thing he did with Drake. It's like, yo, if you go to plan now, we going down this road. And I'm telling you, if we go down this road, I'm going to bury that. So your superpower is your flow. I already got how I'm going to devalue and deactivate that. Old, outdated, double entendre bullshit trying to convince everybody you favorite, right? That's how I'm going to get rid of that. Now, what else you got? All right, sit this one out. If you ask me, that's the energy Kendrick gave Wayne on Whacked Out Murals. Now, he can't do that if you ask me, because I believe Wayne to be what? A formidable opponent. And you got to respect it. So the same arrogance that they're saying Drake led with may be the arrogance that Kendrick is leading with as it pertains to everyone else, because he's sitting on the high horse and he ain't even been up there 10 minutes. And he said, everybody. And matter of fact, let's get into that. Damn, Kendrick saying everybody already. And I speak for the South, dog. Listen, I send Baby Luna through there, dog. I speak for the South. You see what I'm saying? I speak for the South. I want to take y'all to a specific part where Joe Budden and them spoke about Wayne and Drake. And then we're going to speak about Kendrick's role in all of this. Pay attention.
Knows who Lil Wayne is. I don't think he really give as much of a as Wayne would like to think. But he knows who he is. He ain't calling it him out for having a whole ass long
I can respect you, and if the line is joining is up, it's up for you too.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna lie. He's not gonna call Wayne's flow old. Wayne's flow is not.
Had something to say.
Everybody's questionable. Yes, because I'm one of the greatest rappers in the world. But whatever though, in his stream of consciousness, in his train of thought, means I'm off it.
Yeah,
that is what it means in rapper brain.
So they had basically brought up Wayne and Drake's relationship and how, you know, Wayne may want to choose sides and get in this war with Drake and, you know, attempt to take Kendrick's head off. And Joe Budden's response to that was, well, he don't want to do that because I just took your golden child, which would be Drake in his scenario, and beat him in front of everyone. I just out-rapped him, out-skilled him, and outwitted him in front of everyone, and he was the person you went to get your shit lit. Well, I want to add some context to that. From my perspective, what I think about Wayne is, I think one of the great mistakes Wayne has made, and, us from the South, we accept it because he's such a great artist, and we grew up off Wayne and we love Wayne. But one of the things I would, if I ever had a conversation with him and speak to him about is, like, it kind of feels like he's always refused to take a stance. Like, when it was a time, right, it was a time that he should have took a stance, and it kind of seemed to appear that it just lacked allegiance. But you got to remember everything Wayne went through. When I look at Wayne, I remember when Jay-Z and Birdman was in a scenario where Birdman was really trying to take the game. Like, Birdman seemed like a hustler. Like, he really come to try to take over the block. But Wayne was trying to be cool with Jay. And he wouldn't even choose a side when they brought him in the game, which is Birdman. It wasn't that it was any real issue. It's just being from the South. Birdman, Cash Money Records, they just wanted to emerge victorious and really take over the game. We had really took over the world from the South, right? The music, the clothing, the way we looked, the gold teeth, all of that shit was just moving around at a very high level. We had Jay-Z, if you remember, had to come get with Juvenile back in the day and jump on that high remix. It was so hot. Jay was already Jay then, but Jay don't jump on songs and never have without an intention. And so the Juvenile Hot record was moving so fast that he had to coordinate with them to try to tap that audience. And I make that point because it's like Wayne wouldn't even show his allegiance to Birdman in the middle of those situations. Now, rightfully so, because some people will argue Wayne owed money and Jay was kind of one of the people that was trying to help him figure that out. If we would listen to Jay Prince says, well, that's Jay-Z's forte, is to pull you to the side and say, yo, they not doing you right. We'll help you get that money from there. You know what I'm saying? Now, when that comes from a person like Jay-Z, you got to respect that because he been in the game so long. But I also remember when Kodak Black said, yo, Master P came at me and said he was going to help me, and then I got an invoice for $50,000. Y'all got to remember the game we in. It's a volatile market. It's a volatile game. You look at it for what it's worth. It's not necessarily that he appeared unfaithful, because Lil Wayne had the kind of career where he had blind loyalty to Cash Money until he found out money was owed. And then after he found out that money was owed, it's kind of like he pulled back. Now, I guess the new question would be, yo, where is Lil Wayne's stance at? Because when Drake gets fired at by Kendrick and nobody steps up, it looks away. So I think Wayne's non-commitment to Drake speaks volumes. It's like, we don't know what's going on. We love Wayne. We definitely love Wayne. Over his career, he has exhibited the kind of behavior to show us, yo, I am not someone that picks sides after I was hurt from picking sides 20, 30 years ago, because it felt like he rolled with Cash Money, got attacked by BG, Juvie, all of them, and stayed with Birdman.
Yo, what's going on, man? If you're watching this video, I want you to know the only way you can see the full episode is if you head over to patreon.com and sub that podcast. We made a decision that we cannot drop the entire episode for consumption, because we're being targeted, as well as long form content belongs to the supporters at the Patreon people. So if you want to see the rest of this, head to patreon.com. It's up that podcast. I really appreciate the love. 2025 and beyond, it's real love for me. Salute.